Hi again, everybody. Well, as you know, in October, all of Zeta likes to think pink, but have you thought anything about what Zeta did as a national philanthropy before Think Pink? So you might not have known, but Zeta actually didn't do anything on a national basis in our early years. Basically, all the chapters were kind of left to do whatever they wanted to do in their own community, and it could be anything from working with a school to a church, helping out at a soup kitchen. It was kind of up to you. By the middle of the 1920s, the founders kind of thought that we needed to be doing something more. And so Frances Yancey Smith actually was the first chairman of our National Philanthropic Committee, which was formed in 1926. She wanted to bring it back something home to Virginia to kind of honor the founders and where Zeta had been born. And she had thought a lot about what we could do that would make a really big impact. You have to think that at this time, there were a lot of areas of the country that just did not have any resources. The government wasn't there, the state government wasn't there, and so it kind of fell to your neighbors to take care of you. And Frances had located an area in Marion, Virginia, which was up in the Appalachian Mountains. It was called the Currin Valley region, and it was very underserved. They were only 100 miles from Washington, D.C., but they were living in the mountains, and it was almost like it was the 1800s. There was no water, there were no roads. It was just very much a rural mountain community with no resources. And Frances thought that Zeta could step in and do something about that. So Zeta officially opened our health clinic, So Zeta officially opened our health center in late 1928, and it was fully operational by 1929. We had a nurse, Miss Crosby, who lived at the center full time, and Zetas would come and visit and volunteer their time. It was kind of like doing an internship at the health center. And the person that spent a lot of time at the health center was Frances Yancey Smith. We have the guest book from the health center, and every time she visited there, she signed her name in and logged her hours that she worked. And I would say that Frances probably didn't think she was going to be delivering babies, but she did that as well. There were many babies delivered in Currin Valley by the nurse and Zeta volunteers. We also worked on things like teaching people how to raise livestock, how to plant better gardens, how to do home economics, how to can food, just all the kind of things that you would get normally in a school situation that you weren't necessarily getting if you weren't going to school. The way that Zeta chapters across the nation got involved was they often sent Christmas presents to the health center, which were distributed throughout the community. They also sent in money and old clothes because there was no place to shop in the mountains. So the health center also functioned kind of like a department store as well. Frances stayed on as a National Philanthropic Chair until 1933 when she started having some health problems and needed to stay closer to home. But after that, we operated the health center until the beginning of World War II, which is really incredible that it took that long for the state and national government to get social services as well as roads out in this area. We filled in a really needed gap during that time of history, and I think all of Zeta was really proud of what we accomplished there. But then after World War II, we knew it was time to kind of change our focus. We changed our focus to wooden dogs and things.